With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back once again, race fans, here to the T3RN Racing Network. Tonight, Split Decisions Racing heads off to the iRacing Super Speedway. There you can see this monster track laid out right in front of you, 2.95 miles around this huge super speedway. Drivers going to be upwards of 220, 230 miles an hour. Qualifying already underway here tonight from the iRacing Super Speedway. And well, not really sure. It says Concord, but not really, don't really know if that's North Carolina or maybe somewhere up north. Nonetheless, we'll throw that qualifying information up to the top left-hand side of your screen right there. Chris Wheeler, quick time right now on the track, 45-48. That's quite a bit of moving their headway. Man, check that out. 45-42, quick time, 45-27. Now by the Ford Mustang, piloted by Dave Gilbert. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. First time all-star event here for the Split Decisions Racing's Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season. Big shout out to Into Being coming on board, sponsoring tonight's all-star event and the next 5 events here in the SDR. So big shout out to them and everything they're doing to help those of you that are bringing up prototypes and need a little bit of help along the way with medical devices and equipment. Into Being right there to help you right along the way get through all the corners, loopholes, and things of that nature, or I should say hoops, not loopholes, all the hoops you got to jump through in order to get these things passed and utilized and in use. So if you've got something in mind, you need help getting the prototype made, head on over to Into Being. Just about halfway through this qualifying session, it has been a very fast-paced qualifying here. There you can see overcast skies in the background at the speedway. Not a lot of fans out there on the qualifying runs here. There you can see dotted in the background. Looks like maybe COVID protocols here tonight at iRacing Super Speedway. We'll have to see if the rest of the fans join these ones in the stands here tonight. Only about 20 drivers coming to the All-Star event here tonight on the T3RN Racing Network, in a little bit of a different format than what we're used to. With Split Decisions Racing, we're used to seeing that 3 class. You're going to see those 3 classes once again here tonight, but used to seeing that timed event, hour and 25 minutes. Usually the distance these drivers race it out for. Dave Gilbert still sits at the top of the qualifying standings now, as Thomas Myers was very close, caught my eye for just a second. And as we were saying, 90-lap race distance here tonight. So falling back to the NASCAR format, the true NASCAR format, going to have stages here tonight for the Into Being All-Star event. Lap number 25, we're going to see a caution flag fly for the end of stage number 1. Your top 9 Cup drivers, top 9 Xfinity drivers, and your top 6 truck drivers will advance to stage number 2. That's going to be another 25 laps. Then we'll cut the field down to 6, 6, and 5, and then we'll get ourselves set for stage number 3, where we will go for 15 hard laps to decide which top 4 in each one of these classes here in Split Decisions Racing's Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season. We'll see which of these 12 drivers can battle it out for those remaining laps and walk away with the trophy here tonight. Looks like just over 6 minutes into qualifying, and well, looks like everybody has already put in their qualifying laps. I take that back. Looks like Richard Bryan Mueller out there on track. Space Cadet, that's what I'm gonna call him from now on. Let's see if we can't go out there and get a look at that 92 machine. And here you go. This is why I say I'm gonna call him Space Cadet. Well, there you have it, Spaceballs. Looks like he's going to finish his time lap. That's going to end the qualifying session for Ryan Mueller. He's going to go, well, actually not even going to put in a time lap. He's going to stop just before that time starts, so only 2 drivers yet to put in their qualifying times, and if they don't get out there very soon to do it, looks like it's not going to happen. Joshua Sousey, Richard Ryan Mueller yet to put in their qualifying time. Dave Gilbert leads all the drivers on track now, top of that speed chart. Fast time here out of Gilbert, 45:27. And, well, track pretty quiet out there, so as we begin to click off these final 2 minutes, we're going to head to a quick commercial break, then trackside for your national anthem. Get things set and ready to go for tonight's All-Star event, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We will be right back.
iRacing, you wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast, often imitated, never duplicated, the greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, their bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
A final few drivers are making their way through pre-race inspection, and almost all of them out there just missing 2 cars on the starting grid. James Hickson. I apologize. The 12 of James Hickson, the last driver to get through pre-race tech. Let him go ahead and get his car to the grid. No championship points needed to be talked about here tonight because it's the into being all-star event. No points on the line, no championship implications. It's all or nothing here tonight. Drivers gonna have 4 total stages to try to get the job done. Let's see who can get the job done here tonight from iRacing Super Speedway. Bells ringing now in the background. You know what time it is. It's time to run down tonight's starting lineup in the Into Being All-Star event, taking that top spot in qualifying. Quick time on the speed charts. Inside row number 1, your pole sitter, the 7 of Dave Gilbert. Just to his outside, less than a tenth off the 77 of Thomas Myers. Inside row number 2 here tonight, Chris Wheeler to his outside, Luke Smith slotting in that 5th starting position here tonight. Andy Turner, Tyler Rush will start in 6th. Row number 4, Mitchell Gitchell and William Klingbeil, Kevin Bernheimer. And the 17 gonna start in that 9th spot, and rounding out your top 10, Mark Ackerman. 51 of Elijah Travis gonna slot in the 11th starting position, while Michael Hayward gonna start in 12th. 13th position here tonight going to Jeffrey Ramsdale. Caleb McCarthy gonna start right there in 14th. Inside row number 8, Richard Crane, followed by James Hickson, Brian Huntley Jr. back in 17th. 18th, Adam Benefield. Rounding out your top 20, Joshua Sousey and Richard Bry Mueller. Jonathan Cross gonna start Shotgun Sally here tonight, the Into Being All-Star event right here from the iRacing Super Speedway. Pace car down and away. Green flag flies for the first time here tonight. Once these drivers get ready to fire it off, and there they go on the gas into turn 1. Let's get this party started. There you can see a little bit of a different look across the top of that the ticker there. You can see the total time, upwards of 3 hours should these drivers need it, but I don't believe it's going to take them that long to get around 90 laps around this 2.95 mile track. Look at that banking. My gosh, that is nuts. Close racing action right here at the front of this field. Still Dave Gilbert on the bottom. Thomas Myers to his outside. Chris Wheeler down on the bottom in that Mac tonight. McDonald's 22, Andy Turner, Luke Smith rounding out your top 5 drivers. Still nose to tail right here at the front, and I believe this is just about your front 8 right now. Kevin Bernheimer sitting last on the inside row down there on the bottom. Tyler Rush, what a run by him. He's 3rd car outside lane there. You can see that 27 going way up the track. High, wide, and handsome all alone. 2, 3 wide for a brief moment. Now back to 2 wide at the front of the field. We'll jump around just a little bit here in just a moment. Check out some of these drivers running back in this second little pack. Check this one out. The 37 of Mark Ackerman has Joshua Sousey all over him. There you can see the 51. Rowdy Energy Toyota Super, piloted by Elijah Travis. Although the points don't matter here tonight, or do not matter, Travis is still trying to find a solid run, get that consistency going. Gonna jump around a little bit more than usual here tonight, just because it is the All-Star event. Gonna try to bring you each and every bit and piece of action that we can find out there. Looks like your top 6 dominant by those Cup cars right now. Michael Gitchell sitting in the 7th spot. He is your highest running Xfinity class driver, sitting in 7th right now. Mark Ackerman back in 9th, and you can see those familiar turn 3 numbers listed in front of these drivers' names. That lets you know the classes that they are in. All those turn 3 orange drivers still in those Cup cars. Your magenta, that is your Xfinity cars. Blue markers by the names, that's your Truck Series drivers here in the Split Decisions Racing Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season. Fast-paced race already already on the lap number 4. Gonna take lap number 5 next time by. Big pack of cars right here at the front. 235 miles an hour. If you don't believe me, let's see if we can't throw one of these dashboard icons up there real quick. Let's see if we can't show some of the speed. There you can see it right there. 236 miles an hour for Chris Wheeler. Absolutely crazy. Dave Gilbert, let's see how Gilbert's going about it. 236, 37, 38, and climbing. My gosh, that is super speedway racing if I've ever seen any. Talladega, look out. You see those drivers almost on like a roller coaster there when they come up out of the corners off of the banking. It's like they drive up and crest over a hill as that banking flattens out. That's just how banked this track is. That's how much they have to mess with the track surface in order to keep these cars glued down to it. Tell you what, we haven't done it yet. Why don't we go on board here with Tyler Rush, give you a little bit of action from the inside of one of these race cars as they make their way around this track. There you can see him tucked in just behind Thomas Myers up the track a little bit as the car bottoms out into turn number 3. Going to go off of 4 now. And there you can see that little bit of roller coaster, that hill, if you will, almost like Dover. Dover almost has that same feel when it comes off of turn number 2 that it does right here at iRacing Super Speedway. Tyler's going to have to be careful opening the door that little bit. Drivers will try to put their nose right in that door. Try to gain, I don't want to call it a cheap spot on the track, but they will try to gain each and every position they can. If you just go up a little bit more, oh, Wheeler looking not going to do it. Look how low that 35 is off of the corner, and that's exactly what you want to do. Looks like the 22 of Wheeler going to make his way by Turner for the moment. Big time push by the 27 of Tyler Rush. He's going to send Myers to the top of the speedway. Big pushes, big runs from these drivers. Haven't really seen anybody willing to go 3 wide just yet. It looks like drivers content to go 2 wide for the time being. And just as I say that, we've got a 3 wide battle down the front stretch. Chris Wheeler down there on the inside. He's losing a little bit of ground. 3 wide once again. The 77 of Thomas Myers, he's lost a lot of ground as well. Was up there battling for that second spot. He's going to drop all the way back into 7th. Now Chris Wheeler with some trouble. The 22 falls back to 8th. Big gap back to your second pack of cars. There you can see these 4 drivers all tucked in, nose to tail with each other. Joshua Sousey has got Jonathan Cross, Richard Brian Mueller, and Mark Ackerman. Mark Ackerman sitting right there in that 12th position. Last driver in this 4-car little string. And interesting enough, these Xfinity cars are able to keep the draft, able to keep some of that speed up. Still 230, looked like 235 that time by down into the corner. We'll take a look at this one. Yes, 235 miles an hour into the corner by Jonathan Cross. So those Xfinity cars, if they've got a little bit of draft help from a Cup car, they can run those same speeds. And since we do have it as an all-star event tonight, or as it is the all-star event, let's go back and take a look at this little pack of drivers. Off the nose here of Richard Crane, he's got Brian Huntley Jr., Adam Benefiel, and James Hickson. Back behind him, a little bit of gap back to Benefiel and Hickson, about 12 seconds to be exact, separating these 2 packs of 2 trucks. running on the track here tonight. And as we mentioned in the pre-race, the end of stage number 1, we're going to whittle the field down. It's going to take 9 Cup drivers, 9 Xfinity drivers, and just 5 or 6 drivers from the truck class into stage number 2. Well, these truck drivers, they're able to mix it up here and not have to worry about anything. They can get all the way into the show here tonight. Only 4 truck drivers making the field here tonight, so all 4 of them gonna be slotted into that final stage. So it looks like maybe these truck drivers not really pushing the envelope right now, not wanting to tear anything up. Elijah Travis gonna bring his machine to pit road. We'll have to take a look, see if we see anything involving Travis through the timing and scoring, but it doesn't look like anything, so maybe a quick scheduled stop for that 51 crew. Back once again towards the front of this field, all the hot and heavy action drivers still side by side, nose to tail, all the way from 1st through 8th on the speedway. And it does look like Elijah Travis pulling some strategy here. Just a splash, maybe some right sides. Only in the pit box for 7.5 seconds, so in and out of pit road as fast as possible. He's going to be able to make it all the way to the end of this first stage, and could that be what he's setting himself up for? Not necessarily the right here, right now, but within the next 13 laps, these drivers going to have a stage caution. Field going to get narrowed down just a little bit, and it looks like, well, let's do some counting here. There's 8 Cup drivers out here tonight, and it looks like 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 Xfinity Series drivers. So everybody going to make it through stage number 1. Stage number 2 is where it's going to all be at. And could that strategy call by Elijah Travis and that 51 crew be setting himself up for some track position here to start our stage number 2 and find a way to make it into the top 6 Xfinity class drivers to move on to stage number 3. Long night still ahead of all these drivers out there on track. Dominated field at the front. Top 7 drivers are Cup Series drivers. Michael Gitchell hanging on strong in that 48 Ford Mustang. He's holding right here behind Kevin Bernheimer. And I do apologize, Bernheimer. There you can see that 2-pack of cars right there. Bernheimer a little bit off pace, about 3 seconds back from these top 6 drivers. And now looks like Chris Wheeler starting to lose some ground, as well as Luke Smith with a big moment, goes way up the hill. Smith going to get back to the bottom of the track. That's going to put Thomas Myers to his outside, and now that 10 going to jump back to the top of the speedway once again for the entry. Doesn't look like that 10 is very happy with entering a low going into turns number 1. There you can see him carrying the momentum out of turn number 2. Slingshot like a rocket down the backstretch here. And I tell you what, these drivers over 240 miles an hour heading into turn number 3. That is all in the mail. Oh, and the 22 hard impact coming to pit road. More drivers in trouble coming to pit road. Big crash on the pit road. My goodness, more drivers piling in. Pit road is an absolute disaster. Absolute disaster for multiple drivers coming down pit road. Oh my goodness. That is going to hurt a lot of these drivers here now. Your race leader, new race leader, first time here tonight, the 10 of Luke Smith. He's going to put his Chevy ZL1 Camaro at the front of this field, peel off, come to pit road this time by. That's going to put the field in the hands of Joshua Sousey. in that 81 machine. Oh, and a lot more drivers making that hard transition off of the racetrack down the pit road on the brakes, sliding sideways. Woo! That was close. We'll have to see if any of those drivers get popped with a pit road speeding penalty. Gonna take a look back at this man right here, Elijah Travis, see where he shakes out after coming to pit road very early. Travis came to pit road back on lap number 11, so 7 laps ago. Let's see if he is able to make up any time by doing the short pit, the undercut. Is he able to make up any time on the speedway right now? He's kind of in no man's land. No help in front, no help behind. Travis running in that 16th position. Luke Smith, Andy Turner, Tyler Rush continue to stay out on the track after making their pit stops just a handful of laps ago. And Elijah Travis, that's not going to help him at all. He has fallen way off the pace all the way back here now into 15th after making or getting a few spots. He'll gain another 3 or 4 here during this green flag pit stop, but undercut not quite working out the way that Travis and that 51 crew may have wanted. Back at the front of this field, though, let's head a little bit further up. Richard Reimuller right here on track trying to close the gap to that 22 of Chris Wheeler. We've seen Wheeler hard impact with that inside wall. I am pretty sure he's used his one and only fast repair after that hard impact, because he is up to speed without any problems. You can see the front end on that 22 Big Mac tonight. McDonald's sponsored Chevy Z01 Camaro. It looks pretty clean here now. There you can see, absolutely clean. So indeed, fast repair being used that time by, and that's going to be a godsend for a lot of these drivers, able to click that fast repair very quickly, or we would have a ton of drivers in trouble here tonight as we get closer to the end of stage number 1. Everybody going to make it through to start stage number 2, so nobody being cut right now. It's just a matter of trying to get yourself in the right position to head on into stage number 2 and put yourself where you need to be to make that next cutoff. 6 Cup drivers, 6 Xfinity drivers, and 5 Truck Series drivers going to make it to stage number 3 as we whittle the field down here tonight in the Into Being All-Star event. Gonna bring you a little different look here tonight. There you can see, oh, and for some reason looks like that's wanting to play a little games with us there, have drivers overlaid over top of other drivers. We'll see if we can't get that fixed back up for you real quick. And for some reason, just not wanting to really cooperate with us here tonight. It looks like some drivers being overlaid with other drivers' names right now. We'll have to take a look into that a little bit later on. We'll throw the ticker back up across the top of your screen, though. Let you see how these drivers are still running out on track as we've got a close battle here. That 97 of Jeffrey Ramsdale sitting off of the lead lap, but he is all over the tail end of Richard Reimuller. Reimuller in the 92 Spaceballs sponsored Chevy Z01 Camaro on the outside, and there you can see the big move by the Mustang to the bottom. He's going to look to try to take that spot away, not going to be able to do so, and now he'll lose some ground. 17 of Kevin Bernheimer sitting last car on the lead lap. I do believe he is still on the lead lap. All the drivers still running on the track as we head back up to the front of this field with Tyler Rush. Lap number 23 on the board now, just 3 laps remaining. Again, that 27 of Tyler Rush put that turtle shell sponsored Chevy ZL1 Camaro up into, well, a winning column here tonight. Can he check off stage winner here in the All-Star event. We'll wait to see big time run by Luke Smith at the bottom of the speedway, but I think the catbird seat right now, that 35 of Andy Turner. Turner right there waiting in the wings. He can get a big draft, but look at the drivers that are coming in front of him. Those are two truck drivers just trying to keep themselves somewhat in touch with the lead lap. They are down multiple laps here so far tonight. To the outside goes Smith. Rush gonna follow through. Andy Turner gonna follow around the outside as well. They'll make their way around that two truck pack. Distance growing between your top three as we come to turn number 3 back to the stripe. We will be on the final lap here in stage number 1. Can Luke Smith keep Tyler Rush and Andy Turner behind him? Will we see a race incident? Could we see these drivers pushing so hard that they end up crashing this thing? It's the All-Star event, so you never know. You gotta go. It's time to win it all if you can. Luke Smith gonna lead the field down into 1 and now out of 2, just a half a track away from putting a check on the stage 1 winner here in the All-Star event, and that's gonna begin to bring up more questions and points. Will he be able to win stage number 2? Maybe even all of the stages. Still a very, very long way to go, race fans, but these drivers have put on quite a show here at the beginning of tonight's Into Being All-Star event. Clean and green from the drop of the initial green flag crossing the line. Your stage 1 winner. That's going to go to Luke Smith. Caution flag gonna fly. As we've already said, the cutoff already being made. It's already done and in the books. All these drivers going to be able to move to stage number 2 without any problems, but we will lose a few over these next 25 laps. Gonna lose 3 Xfinity Series drivers and 2 Cup drivers at the conclusion of stage number 2. Drivers gonna be able to come down pit road, get fuel and tires. Then we will get set to run to the end of stage number 2. Another 25 laps here. So with that being said, as these drivers begin to make their way to a pit road back behind that pace car, we're gonna step away for just a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. back track side as the pace car lights are off. We should see this field go back green flag racing this time by. And oh my goodness, pop-ups coming up for some reason. That's not supposed to happen. Waiting to see if these drivers are actually going to get double file. Looks like they're going to stay single file here for the restart. iRacing pace car ready to duck off this time by, I do believe. And it does indeed, and we are set to go. And it looks like a caution flag staying out on the speedway, so the caution coming right back out. Drivers not where they need to be, and it looks like we've got drivers heading to pit road in the back as well. Oh, pace car gonna jump the pit wall. Well, that'll bring us back under caution once again here as drivers get themselves sorted out. Everybody gets into the right running order. Stage number 2 going to be 25 laps once we get it kicked off. And, well, the final stage going to end up being what it is. So the longer these drivers have to go around this track under caution, the shorter that fourth stage is going to be here tonight. We're already knocking on the door of a third of the way through tonight's race. Not leaving a lot of room for these drivers to make up some time here. But it does indeed look like we should go back green flag racing this time by. Pace car lights are off. The pace car lights are off, but it looks like the field's staying single file. We may see another one of those delayed greens here. We might see that pace car stay out. We very well may see these drivers fire it back off. It looks like the pace car is going to make its way back to pit road once again. A green flag flies once again here at iRacing Super Speedway. Drivers gonna go all the way to lap number 55 to win the stage number 2. Only your top 6 Cup class drivers, top 6 Xfinity drivers, and your top 5 Truck Series drivers gonna make it to stage number 3. And well, all 4 of your truck drivers in the field here tonight, they're going to go ahead and slot themselves into stage number 3, and they're going to go ahead and slot themselves all the way to the finish in the final stage. Big time scrum at the front of the field. Tyler Rush with a big push. Front of the field all packed up once again as they cross the line to begin lap number 31. Tyler Rush leads this field. Luke Smith, Joshua Sousey, Thomas Myers right there in tow. 22 of Chris Wheeler running in 5th. Andy Turner, Dave Gilbert, Richard Brian Mueller, Michael Gitchell, and Elijah Travis round out your top 10. And right now, the way they sit on the track, driver in that 7th position. Oh, driver's going around at the front. Tyler Rush with a spin. We stay green flag racing. Nobody else caught and involved. Oh my goodness. How did nobody else get caught up in that one? Tyler Rush spinning right in front of the field, but no caution coming out. We stay green flag as it was a solo spin right in front of everybody. How did they miss that? We'll jump back up to the front with Joshua Sousey, and if Tyler doesn't catch a break, that 27 could go from leading the race to watching it for stage number 3. Joshua Sousey inheriting the race lead after Tyler Rush goes for a spin. He's going to go ahead and come to pit road, make his one pit stop that he's going to need to get through stage number 2, but he is well behind the field now, in danger of falling off of the lead lap, and indeed gonna fall off the lead lap as he's still making his way to his pit box down on pit road. So now Rush scored off of the lead lap back in the 15th position. Your top 6 Cup drivers right now: Joshua Sousey, Andy Turner, Chris Wheeler, Thomas Myers, Dave Gilbert, and Luke Smith. Looks like they're going to be moving on as of right now. Your top running Xfinity drivers: Richard Mueller, Michael Gitchell, Elijah Travis, Kayla McCarthy, Jeffrey Ramsdell, and Mark Ackerman will be those drivers moving on to stage number 3 if it were to end right now. It looks like we do have some drivers already down and out of tonight's race. It looks like William Klingbeil and Jonathan Cross caught up here tonight at iRacing Superspeedway. Both the 83 and the 1 gonna finish their nights early, slot home in the 20th and 21st position on the track. Battle for that top spot. 2 cars down bottom, 3 stacked up at the top. Now they're going to drop to the bottom. Sousey continues to lead. Back with this big pack of cars battling out right here. That's multiple drivers: Richard Mueller, Elijah Travis, Kevin Bernheim, Michael Gitchell, Kayla McCarthy, Jeffrey Ramsdell, Mark Ackerman, and Mike Ayward all right here running with each other. And with Ayward sitting at the tail end of this little pack right here, that 14 Ford Mustang is on the outside looking in right now. He's got to make up one spot if he can make his way by Mark Ackerman or Jeffrey Ramsdell as they go to almost 3 wide here at the tail end of this small pack. He'll be able to move on to stage number 3, so it's getting down to when it's gonna be crucial for these drivers. And with that trouble on the track, Tyler Rush gonna fall behind the 8 ball right now, slotted in the 18th position, but he has been to pit road for his one and only stop needed to get to the end of stage number 2. We'll have to see how it fares with the rest of the drivers, but right now, drivers in the Cup Series on the outside looking in. Tyler Rush and Kevin Bernheim are running inside the top 10. Up there in the 9th position, he's on the outside looking in. He's your 7th running the Cup car on the track. Drivers on the outside looking into that Xfinity class: Jonathan Cross and William Klingbeil. Both of them scored out of tonight's race, so they're both be out of stage number 3. Michael Ayward right there, the only Xfinity driver with a chance to make his way back in to stage number 3. He's got himself backed up running right here with Jeffrey Remsdale in the 97 right out in front of him. He's going to have to make a pass there for that spot. A little bit of a gap for Bernheimer to overcome if he's going to want to make his way into stage number 3. Just about 15 laps remaining here in stage number 2. Jumping back around the track here, going to go a little bit further up through the field. Elijah Travis in that Toyota Supra with a good run here tonight. The Rowdy Energy crayon painted machine. Look at that. Beautiful paint job. My gosh, there are going to be people swarming to get the wrap on that Toyota Supra. I can guarantee you that. Heck of a job out there. And Travis, I know what I know. I'm just going to leave it there. About a 10-second gap from this pack up to your lead pack with Joshua Sousey, Chris Wheeler, Thomas Myers, Andy Turner, and Dave Gilbert. So your top 5 have broken away from the field. Elijah Travis leads this long string of it looks to be about, let's call it about 6 or 7 drivers right here. I tell you what, we haven't done it yet. Why don't we go ahead and mute the mics for just a brief moment, get you a little closer to the action. Why don't we go down trackside for a little bit of Turn It Up. Oh, big time trouble coming to pit road just at the conclusion of our Turn It Up segment. And while we were under that Turn It Up spot, Luke Smith has had some trouble. He fell way through the field. He's on the outside looking in. Now these green flag pit stops taking place. That's going to mix up the field once again. Joshua Sousey going to stay out on track. Elijah Travis, Kevin Bernheimer, Caleb McCarthy, Richard Mueller, Michael Gitchell, as well as Michael Hayward, Mark Ackerman, and Luke Smith staying out on the track. These two drivers right here front of the field, Joshua Sousey, he's got, I believe that is the 81 tucked in just behind him, and yes, it is the 81 tucked in, being scored off of the lead lap right now, but he is still trying to get himself back up to a good running spot, try to make his way into that third stage. And that's where it's really going to get serious, race fans. Down in that stage number 3, only 15 laps long, so drivers do not have time to play games. They got to go get it, because we're going to whittle the field down to just your top 4 in each one of the classes here tonight. At the end of stage number 3, going to whittle the field down just a little bit right here. Top 6 in the Cup and Xfinity class, and then your top 5 running trucks. All the trucks going to make it all the way through to the final stages. There's only 4 truck drivers here tonight, so all 4 of them going to make it to the final stage here tonight. And the N2 being all-star event right here in Split Decisions Racing's Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season. Southsea gonna break off for pit road. That's gonna bring everybody down to pit road for their final time here in stage number 2. Andy Turner, how about this? That 35 machine, he sneaked his way toward the top spot. Now he's going to have control over that race lead. If he can make his way back by this time by, he should be able to pass Joshua Southsea. As Southsea just now getting close to his box, he's going to go ahead and pull into the box in about 3, 2, 1, down into his box now. Crew over the wall, beginning to service the car. He's back down, away, and off of pit road, getting up to speed already. So Joshua Southsea, he may be able to keep this race lead after our drivers nose to tail. Chris Wheeler, Andy Turner. I apologize, that's actually the 7 of Dave Gilbert right behind Andy Turner right here to the 35 on track. Chris Wheeler, your next Cup driver listed on the scoring charts, listed about 5 seconds back from Turner, so a gap at the front of this field, and it looks like we're going to see a different stage winner here. Going to jump around just a little bit, check this battle out, because it does have a battle for position. Kevin Bernheimer, Caleb McCarthy, Michael Gitchell all lined up right here, nose to tail on the raceway, and it looks like one truck driver moving right on out of the way. I believe that is James Hickson in the 12 Chevy Silverado. He's going to move to the bottom of the racetrack. That's going to allow, I believe that is Luke Smith and Thomas Myers packed up running with each other. 7th and 8th on the track right now. And just about 7 laps remaining here in stage number 2. Make that 6 now as the leader crosses the line to begin lap number 49. Just 6 more laps before we cut this field. Your top 6 running Cup drivers: Joshua Southsea, Andy Turner, Chris Wheeler, Kevin Bernheimer, Luke Smith, and Thomas Myers, looking like they're in some good spots to move on to stage number 3. Dave Gilbert and Tyler Rush on the outside looking in. Your highest running Xfinity Series drivers now with just 5 laps remaining before the end of stage number 2. Michael Gitchell, Kayla McCarthy, Mark Ackerman, Michael Ayward, Jeffrey Ramsdell, and Richard Ryan Mueller. Last of those Xfinity drivers that are slotted in the positions needed. And Elijah Travis. Travis has some trouble. He's at the bottom of the speedway. He's going to pit road. And with Elijah Travis going to pit road in that 51 Toyota Supra, looks like the drama has played out and unfolded. Elijah Travis not going to move on here to stage number 3. Jonathan Cross, William Klingsbell, and now Elijah Travis all out of the Xfinity class here in the N2 being all-star event right here for Split Decisions Racing's Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season. And as we're a little bit past the halfway point here tonight, race fans, if you haven't already, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Darkside Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, whether you're just sliding through to say hey, or you are the dedicated fan, friend, or family. We do appreciate each and every one of you. Do appreciate each and every one of you sponsors out there tonight into being sponsoring the SDR All-Star event, into being medical device prototyping and consulting. If you're trying to get some of your ideas utilized in the medical field, give Into Being a shout. They can help you get around the tape that sometimes slows us down when we're developing products. So if you're looking for a great company that has been helping over a multitude of years, check out Into Being. Just about 3 laps remaining now for this man at the front of the field. He's got himself quite a bit of gap. That is the 27 of Tyler Rush slotted in behind him. Rush sitting off of the lead lap all the way back in the 14th spot, so that's not going to be a battle for position. The 81 of Southsea, he's going to move to the top of the speedway and just let Rush go right on by. Rush racing for his livelihood right now, but on the outside looking in. And caution flag flies. Caution on the speedway. That's going to be the end of stage number 2. Oh my goodness. Things about to get real. Stage number 3 going to be just 15 laps. So these drivers going to have to get the job done that we're able to move on. Looks like Joshua Southsea, Andy Turner, Chris Wheeler, Thomas Myers, as well as Kevin Bernheimer and Luke Smith. That's your top 6 Cup drivers going to move on to stage number 3. Your top 6 Xfinity drivers, Kayla McCarthy up there in 5th. Michael Gitchell, Mark Ackerman. They'll be joined by Michael Hayward, Jeffrey Ramsdale, and Richard Remuller. That's going to round out those top 6 in the Xfinity class. And then your truck class still going to consist of Adam Benefield, Richard Crane, Brian Huntley Jr., and James Hickson. And well, race fans, as these drivers make their way to pit road, we're going to break away for some commercial breaks, pay a few bills. You know how that goes. You know how that is. So with all that being said, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back trackside for all your green flag action here in the Into Being All-Star event from iRacing Super Speedway.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Looks like your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
trackside as the field gets set to go back. Green flag racing once again here from the iRacing Super Speedway. These SDR drivers have been putting on a show all night long here tonight in the Into Being All-Star event. Right around the halfway point in the season, these drivers kicking things off here and getting ready to run down the final half of the year. Try to chase after that championship pace car. Gonna chase after pit road right now. Field in the hands of your race leader, Chris Wheeler, waiting for it, and looks like we may stay under caution. And no, green flag gonna fly. Wheeler bringing the field deep into the box. Everybody gets going, everybody up through the gears as we continue around this track here. Going to jump around just a little bit. Kayla McCarthy back here running in the 8th position just behind Mark Ackerman. Battle for position behind them. Josh Sousey, Dave Gilbert, Michael Ayward, Jeffrey Ramsdale, Richard Mueller all out there. As we've got all these drivers tucked in with each other, why don't we mute the mics for one more segment of Turn It Up. Luke Smith off of the corner. He leads the field here. Thomas Myers, Chris Wheeler, Andy Turner, and Joshua Sousey round out your top 5. Turner falling back through the field now. He's going to let that 81 by, and now the 48 looks to make his way by as well down there on the inside lane. Can he somehow find a way to get up inside of that top 5? He's going to be able to do so. Now Turner going to fall back to 6th. drivers still nose to tail all the way from 1st to 7th on the speedway. A little bit of a gap back to Dave Gilbert, running about 2 seconds off of the pace. Back in the 8th spot, Caleb McCarthy sitting back in 9th, 10th place right now, Mark Ackerman. Looks like all of your truck drivers right there battling with each other. We'll take a look at this truck battle going on the track. All four nose to tail right now. Gonna have to wait to see if all four are on the same lap. I do believe James Hickson may be sitting one lap further down than the rest of the drivers that he is racing with right now. Richard Crane leads that truck class. He's got Brian Huntley Jr. right behind him. Also 4 laps down, Adam Benefill right there, third truck in line, also 4 laps down, and Hickson able to make his way back to just 4 laps down. So that's going to put this battle between these 4 trucks for a spot on the track. Big push on that 9, the 9 with a big push on the 15 of Richard Crane. Crane able to maintain right now, no struggle, no wiggle out of the back end of that Chevy Silverado, going upwards of 230 miles an hour into the corner. We'll jump back around the track just a little bit, back towards the front of this field. Luke Smith continuing to lead, Thomas Myers, Kevin Bernheimer, and Andy Turner. Under 25 laps to go, gonna be 23 to go this time by as Luke Smith crosses the line. Drivers know that it is time to go. It's gonna be all take, no give here very shortly, and we're gonna have to see some of these drivers begin to practice these runs to the front. See how long it takes them to utilize the draft and make their way around their fellow competitors. You can't just sit in line and expect to get the job done. Not super speedway racing, well, not any type of racing. You gotta do something to try to take that top spot. But for now, your top 6 content with running nose to tail. The 81 of Southsea goes to the top of the track. He's going to jump. He's going to leapfrog one driver for position. He'll make his way by the 17 of Kevin Bernheimer. Bernheimer going to now slot back in that 4th position. Look for a little more leapfrog. Look for a little more jumping around at the front of this field. Looks like the 81 of Southsea doing exactly what I alluded to earlier, testing, judging, timing the distance to the drivers in front. There you can see him not going to make the move just yet. He's got Bernheimer all over him, though. Bernheimer looks to the bottom. He's going to be forced down to the apron. Looks like Southsea going to let him right back in. No harm, no foul. Off of turn number, I believe that was turn number 2. Now back down the backstretch on board with your race leader, Luke Smith. There you can see the 77 of Myers still right behind him. Southsea now looks to the outside. Will he make the run? Oh, looks for a crossover. Defending that yellow line. Oh my goodness, Thomas Myers out of shape. And Southsea looking for a run, looking for a way around. He's going to get rooted off of the bottom. Look, Bernheimer back into 3rd, and Southsea going to lose not just that 1 spot, but make it 2 as Andy Turner in the 35. Chevy ZL1 Camaro, he made his way by as well. He's glued to the back end of that 17. Oh, no, Bernheimer going to go back to the bottom. battling back with the trucks. Richard Crane with some trouble. Crane has gone around the 15, smoking down on the grass. He's going to go ahead and tow. We'll stay green flag racing here at iRacing Super Speedway. Looks like Adam Benefield may have had some trouble. Benefield with off-track excursion as well. We'll check the replay, see what happened with Benefield. Oh, and goes right around the 9, off of the 9 and around the 9 goes. A little confusing, huh? To say the least. Richard Crane, James Hickson, both of those truck drivers down on to pit road. Brian Huntley Jr., Adam Benefield, they'll stay out on the track. Luke Smith continues to lead this field at the front. 4-car breakaway now. As it looks like Bernheimer and Southsea, they begin to battle amongst themselves for just a moment. Andy Turner still right there in tow. Nobody else around these drivers. They have about a 9-second gap back to 7th place runner, the number 7 Ford Mustang of Dave Gilbert. Drivers looking for a way around, looking to judge that run. Chris Wheeler gonna move around the raceway, try to find some speed inside of that Big Mac tonight. McDonald's sponsored 22 Chevy ZL1 Camaro. It's a Chevy dominated top 3 right now, and caution flag gonna fly. That's gonna be the end of stage number 3, and we're set to wrap this one on up. The into being all-star event. Gonna have one heck of a show, one heck of a run to the end. Which one of these drivers will be able to raise the trophy at the end of tonight's race? We'll have to wait and see, race fans. It's gonna be hot and heavy, hard racing all over this track, all over at the front of this field. I can guarantee it. And who's going to come to pit road? They're going to have to make at least one more stop to make it on fuel. So look for your race leaders to come to pit road after catching back up with the iRacing pace car. And as we find ourselves under caution, why don't we run down your top 3 in each of the classes here tonight. Luke Smith not only leads the race, but leads the Cup class right now. Kevin Bernheimer sitting 2nd in the Cup class, 2nd on the track as well. 3rd place on track and in the Cup class goes to that 77 of Thomas Myers. Highest running Xfinity drivers, Kayla McCarthy with the top spot in the Xfinity class. Michael Gitchell right behind her. Michael sitting 2nd in the Xfinity class, 9th on the track, 10th on the track, and 3rd in the Xfinity class. Right there, Mark Ackerman. Your top running truck drivers as they are on the track. Adam Benefield with the top spot. Brian Huntley Jr. right here making his way off of pit road. He's listed as 2nd in the truck class. James Hickson making his way to pit road will be your 3rd runner in that truck class. Everybody going to go ahead and come down pit road this time by. So we're going to break for a brief commercial break. Get things set to run to the end of tonight's Into Being All-Star event right here for Split Decisions Racing's Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Trackside as the field has already taken the green flag one lap ago. These drivers already mixing it up. Dave Gilbert with a run back towards the front. He's now sitting in that second spot. Chris Wheeler back in third. Kayla McCarthy with a hard charge. She's up to fourth. Off of turn number 4, back across the stripe. 10 to go here from iRacing Super Speedway. Which one of these drivers will get to speak to us in post-race victory lane here in the N2B All-Star event? Wheeler gonna go to the bottom of the track. That's gonna push Gilbert up. He's gonna try to get back to the bottom. Drivers going around off of the speedway, wrecking in the back of the field. We stay green flag racing. Mark Ackerman involved in this latest incident. We'll take a look back, see what happened with Ackerman. There you can see drivers with some trouble already. The 37 trying to come through. Oh, gonna catch that 17 of Bernheimer, and hard impact for Ackerman. Ackerman spinning like a top out there on the raceway. Will rejoin the field back at the front live once again, while Luke Smith in that 10, familiar face at the front. He looks to lead to the end. Look over the hood of that 10 of Luke Smith. He's still got Chris Wheeler, Joshua Sousey, Michael Gitchell, Thomas Myers all right there loaded up with him. Dave Gilbert going to take that 5th spot away. Kayla McCarthy going to fall outside of the top 5, back to the 7th spot now, but still 7 spots from where she started tonight's race. All the way back in the 14th position. Drivers make their way by the 9 truck. Brian Huntley Jr. still under power, still out there on the track, still giving it his all. He is the second running truck class driver out there on the track right now. Adam Benefield enjoys a 30-second advantage over Huntley, so right about a full lap between those truck class drivers. Not a lot of time separating these drivers at the front. Top 3 Cup class drivers running 1, 2, 3 on the track. Luke Smith, Chris Wheeler, and Joshua Southey. Wheeler gets rooted up off of the bottom, and he's going to lose a ton of time now. Wheeler was running right there in the front in your top 3. Now he is outside, looking in, back in that 5th position, able to finally get his way back to the bottom of the speedway slot in front of Michael Gitchell. Caleb McCarthy right there running just behind that 48. That's 1 and 2 in the Xfinity class here tonight. So close battles between multiple drivers out there on the track. Luke Smith still has a ton of hungry drivers all over him. Southey looks to go to the top, but he's all alone. High five for the entire front of the field. I don't want to say for your race leader because it's not a cure. Oh my gosh, and contact between Wheeler and Southey goes around. How he saved it, how he was able to maintain and keep speed inside of that machine after being broadside through 1 and 2. My goodness, that is a wheelman inside of that 81 Whiskey River machine. I do believe that that's the DuPont 81 of Southey. That's going to change the dynamics. That's going to change the complexion of this race right here at the front of the field. Luke Smith now leads Thomas Myers. Dave Gilbert running in 3rd. Michael Gitchell, Caleb McCarthy, Chris Wheeler lined up nose to tail, about a half a second off of this lead 3. McCarthy looking towards the top of the speedway, looking for some help, not getting any just yet. We're going to check on this battle right here. There you can see that 24 diving down to the bottom, going around the 9. Big time move there by Wheeler to get by. Just 3 laps remaining here tonight, the N2 being all-star event for the Split Decisions Racing's Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season. Halfway through the season with tonight's all-star event, so these drivers able to kind of loosen up a little bit, not run for points, just run for pride here tonight, and running very well here on this super speedway. Caleb McCarthy puts that 24 up and now into the top 5, into the 4th position. She'll take over the lead of the Xfinity class. Caution on the speedway. Oh my goodness. That's going to put us under a green-white checkered for sure. We'll take a look, see if we can't see what happened. It looks like Chris Wheeler may have been involved. Let's take a look back here with Wheeler. There you can see him already down off of the pace on the bottom of the speedway. Not really seeing anything wrong there, so not quite sure. Nonetheless, that will put us under caution once again. We'll go back up at the front of this field with your race leaders. Luke Smith, Thomas Myers, Dave Gilbert, Caleb McCarthy, Michael Gitchell rounds out your top 5. Ooh, big move to pit road. Luke Smith gonna fake out the field. Thomas Myers, Dave Gilbert gonna stay out on track. Looks like Caleb McCarthy and Michael Gitchell also gonna stay out there on track. So Smith, Sousey, Ramsdell, Turner, Ackerman, as well as Richard Reimmuller and Adam Benefield all to pit road this time by. Luke Smith going to rejoin the track right behind that 81 of Joshua Sousey. Sousey and Smith only taking a right side tires and just enough fuel to make sure they can get to the end of tonight's race. What will happen with the drivers at the front? Thomas Myers, Dave Gilbert, Caleb McCarthy, Michael Gitchell, all last to pit road back on lap number 76. That's asking quite a lot out of that fuel tank. Will they have enough to make it back to the end of tonight's race? Will they have enough to make it through this green-white checkered attempt? We'll have to wait and see. Pace car lights should go out this time by. Pace car lights are off. We are set to go back. Green flag racing here in the conclusion of tonight's Into Being All-Star event for Split Decisions Racing's Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season. What a night of restrictor plate racing it has been here at this 2.95 mile paperclip. I call it a paperclip because it's almost like you took Martinsville and supersized it, like super mega super. Yeah. But if you look at the layout, really, ladies and gentlemen, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and prove it right here. There you can see, look at that. That looks like the other side of the paperclip, Martinsville, Virginia. The short track could fit right there on top of it, and you'd have an exact paperclip. Nonetheless, pace car down and away. We're ready to fire things back off into the restart box now, and away we go. Green flag racing once again here at iRacing Super Speedway. Looks like Michael Gitchell going to look to the inside of that 24, but here comes Sousey, 3 wide into turn 1. Sousey going to make his way by. Luke Smith going to make his way by as well. McCarthy going to drop back to 8th. Back down the back stretch once again. Thomas Myers leads Dave Gilbert. Joshua Sousey on a charge. Here comes Luke Smith into 10 along with him. I believe that is Kevin Bernheimer. Yes, it is that 17 just to the outside of Michael Gitchell. Gitchell running in that 5th position. Bernheimer, Ramsdale, and McCarthy all lined up with them. Nose to tail now, 1st and 2nd. White flag, final lap here tonight from the iRacing Super Speedway. Which one of these 4 Cup drivers is going to get the job done? Gilbert looked to go to the top, thought better of it. He's going to slot back down to the bottom. Big run from the 81. Will he stay there or will he push? Stays to the high side now. Gilbert looking for a little bit of help. Will he drop to the bottom, looking to the inside? Blocked by the 77. Big move. Oh, contact. Gilbert goes up the track. Sousey gonna split him. He's gonna look to make a pass. Here comes Luke Smith on the bottom. 2, 3, almost 4 wide. 3 wide for 2nd now. While Myers walks away with that checkered flag. Your all-star winner here tonight from iRacing Super Speedway. That's 77 of Thomas Myers. What a way to hold off the field there. Thomas Myers getting the job done here tonight, walking away with the race win. I can assure you we're going to see some post-race celebrations here. Myers makes his way down the front stretch to look for some burnouts and celebrating going on here. We're going to step away for just a brief moment, get things set up for your post-race interview, so don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Back trackside at the conclusion of tonight's Into Being All-Star event. Let's see if we can't catch in and have a few words with the driver walking away with the top spot here tonight. Overall race win. Let's see if we can't dial up that 77 of Thomas Myers. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Got you loud and clear there, buddy.
Hey, bud, how you doing? How you feeling after snatching the All-Star win here?
I'm feeling pretty good, especially after last season starting off. When this whole thing got started off, it was very well known from the get-go that when it comes to these tight quarters drafting races, that I've got something.
Well, you got something for sure. You made a big move there towards the end of the race on that green-white checkered attempt. How were you able to fend off all those hungry drivers behind you that wanted this checkered flag?
It was just pure grit. That's all I can really say. Grit and a little bit of luck.
I hear you. Sometime it pays to be just as lucky as you are good, and with a good balancing act here tonight. You were up near the front of the field pretty much all the entire run, all race long. How good did that 77 feel inside the cockpit?
It felt pretty good. Early on, it was a matter of figuring out how the air was going to move around these cars because I haven't had a lot of experience here with these Cup cars yet. But finding out where it would get tight, where it would get loose, how the draft manipulated everything, and it was a learning experience. It was a lot of fun.
Absolutely fun to watch out there on the track, and I'm sure it was fun in the car, as you already said. Great fan response as well. So, Thomas, before we let you go and enjoy the celebrations here that you're going to have that come along with the All-Star win, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody else on the side of that car?
I'm going to give a shout out to World Domination Wrestling Alliance. It is the primary sponsor on this car for allowing me to make this car for them. Fun fact, I actually wrestle for that promotion as well. And I'm trying to think who else is on this car right now. Shout out to Vura, which their name's fixing to change. So for right now, Vura, you're on the broadcast. So there you go. Big thanks to my wife and my kids.
Absolutely, my man. Well, it was a pleasure watching you all night long, and we'll see if we can't catch up with you once again when we go back point racing next week.
Yes, sir.
All right, there you have it. Final words from your Cup class winning driver, overall winning driver. The 77 of Thomas Myers captures that All-Star trophy. That's going to lead us to the next driver on the list. Let's see if we can't dial up and have a few words with the driver inside of that 24 machine. Has been a long time since we've had a chance to talk to her since we did earlier in the season. Kayla, it's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Sure do, Dave.
Hey, been a long time coming, huh?
Yeah, too long coming, man. It's we've been close. I think we had a 3-race streak of being the bride right there, a bridesmaid. Nice to finally bust that second place streak and get a W tonight.
Absolutely. Well, walk us through just how troubling and interesting this track is. Not necessarily a real life track here, the iRacing Superspeedway. How tough is coming off of these bankings and back to the straightaway?
The initial entry into the corners, because there's such a transition from the or from the straightaways to the corners, you really got to kind of almost pitch it in there. And if you don't pitch it in there just right, it'll cause you to slide up and cause the big one. And as we know in super speedways, but it's a very sensitive track, and hitting your marks is a big thing. Because we all know that the draft is a major play in this as well.
Absolutely. Well, walk us through that green-white checkered little finish there. You were having a little bit of a battle. It looked like you fell back, and then somehow you were able to get your run and get that 24 back to the front of the Xfinity class and actually walk away with a sixth here tonight. Walk us through those final 2 laps.
Yeah, so we had a pretty flawless night execution wise as far as green flag stops, getting on pit road solid, getting off pit road solid. Didn't make any mistakes until that last green flag when we had the green white checkered, and just driver missed a shift, but was able to hang with the draft and kind of hoping that they would get dicey up there, and they kind of did a little bit, so it kind of played out to my advantage, and then had a heck of a finish with Kevin, but he unfortunately he loaded up in the wrong car, so it worked out for me. But still, heck of a race with those guys, and we'll take a top 5, top 10 finish overall all day.
Well, Kayla, it's been a pleasure to watch you out there on the track. You've had some great runs as of late. Looks like the season beginning to turn around for you in that 24 team. So, with that being said, congratulations on the class win here tonight. Before we let you go, you wanted to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous? Thank anybody on that 24?
Yeah, I got to thank my sponsor, Speed Demon Setup Shop. They just came on within the last week with me. Got a promo code, use SDS McCarthy if y'all need any setups for them. Also, McConey Setup Shop, who is a sponsor with SDR. Thank you, Dave, for the broadcast. You do an amazing job. And most of all, thanks to my wife. She allows me to put in this time to do this, and takes time away from her. So couldn't do it without her.
Absolutely. Well, Kayla, again, it was a pleasure watching you out there on the track, and we'll see if we can't catch up with you in the next few weeks.
Yeah, let's hope this streak is busted now with the second places. We can get a couple W's here in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, let's get that done. I'd like to see that.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
There you go. Final words from your Xfinity class winning driver. Kayla McCarthy walks away with the All-Star Trophy for the Xfinity class. And, well, that's going to bring us to none other than Brian Huntley Jr. Brian leading that truck class out there tonight. Let's see if we can't dial up that 9 of Huntley Jr. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
How you doing? How you feeling, bud, after walking away with the truck class win?
That was a little intense. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Came down to the end, down the back stretch with between me and the 20, and then I think it was the 15, I believe. A very hard fought battle there between the truck guys. I appreciate everything that's been kicking off this year with these guys. I'm just ecstatic. I mean, I was technically I wasn't in this, but I was told that I can, so I thank the whole crew that they have together for this. Um, I'm just ecstatic. I mean, you know,
Absolutely. Understand how sometimes just the excitement and the reality of pulling off a win, a big win like this, takes a little bit of time to set in. But, Brian, it was a heck of a run out there all night long
yes.
for you and the entire 9 crew. Before we let you go and enjoy your celebrations and go pick up that trophy, you want to give any special thanks, shout-outs, or love yous?
You know, I'd like to give a huge thank you for all this stuff that you do for this group. You do an excellent job. I like to thank one of my kind of sort of teammates, old Richard Crane, for dragging me along, and also shout out with Mr. Ramsdale, Jeffrey, for and Tyler Rush and all them for getting me along in this. You know, excellent group of people here. And I also like to thank my additional group that I have, Wolfpack Racing. We try hard every week um, to run these certain races and get me a little better with this league. I've only been on I've been on iRacing for only about 2 or 3 months, so this is like something new to me working it in coming from an Xbox group, and I like to thank my family giving me the time to do it and everything else. I never thought I would be able to do it, but I'm thankful to be in this group of awesome people. it's just great. I love everybody. And you keep on doing a great job. You do excellent job.
Well, we do appreciate those kind words there, Brian. And excuse me, gosh, we'll see if we can't catch up with you. God, I can't talk anymore. Oh my gosh. That's a problem when the broadcaster can't talk. But nonetheless, Brian, my man, heck of a run here tonight. We'll see if we can't catch up with you a little bit later on throughout the rest of this season.
Yes, sir. I'll be there next week. I think they're at Talladega.
Brian Huntley Jr., a little bit at a loss for words there, as I was at a loss for voice. Kind of a bad combination to go right there, but nonetheless, heck of a job out there by that 9 machine, able to somehow find his way almost into the top 10, gonna slot home with a 12th overall, but lead the truck class and walk away with his Into Being All-Star Event trophy here tonight. Well, that's going to do it for the post-race interviews, and that's going to do it for us right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, live from the iRacing Super Speedway. And what a night it was here for Split Decision Racing Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season Into Being All-Star Event. Not much left to do but roll up the cords. Keep your eyes peeled. Next Friday night, these drivers head back to Point Racing, back to plate racing at Talladega Super Speedway. Join us right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network for that. And if you haven't already, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Darkside Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you sliding through when you get the opportunity. And with that being said, race fans, stay safe, stay loved. Until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.